midget submarine is basically a mini-submarine typically operated by a crew of 1 or 2, with little or no onboard living accommodation. They normally work with motherships, from which they are launched and recovered. Most German midget submarines were developed late in World War II in an attempt to stop the Allied invasion of Europe, and used later to disrupt its supply lines. As a result, the submarines mostly engaged in open water attacks rather than harbor penetration. But these German midget submarines were difficult to launch from anywhere other than a harbor. This preparation limited their operational flexibility and required additional time and resources. So in 1944, under the codename Seeteufel or Sea Devil, the German Navy developed the concept of putting tracks on a midget submarine to allow it to move on and off a beach under its own power. The prototype Seeteufel was developed in 4 months and was ready for testing in July of 1944. A 2-man crew controlled the 14.2 meter long submarine. The 80 horsepower gasoline engine provided a 10 knot speed on water and 10 kilometers per hour on land. The cruising speed of the submarine was 8 knots when submerged. The Seeteufel carried standard G7 torpedoes or 4 naval mines. Parallel with attacking enemy ships, the submarine could have another function as well. As Vice Admiral Helmut Haie, commander of the German Naval Special Forces, stated in 1944, "I consider the Sea Devil a promising weapon for use in commando raids. It is independent of mothercraft and base personnel. It can land on foreign shores and commit acts of sabotage." The Seeteufel's engine was in the bow, directly underneath the fixed snorkel mast, and also contained the periscope, the radio antenna, and the magnetic compass. Testing showed that the submarine performed well underwater, but it was considered underpowered on land and the tracks were too narrow. A more powerful diesel engine was planned for later models, in addition to wider tracks to spread the load and decrease the ground pressure. But the decision by the German Naval High Command to focus production on models already being manufactured at the beginning of 1945 caused the plans to be cancelled. The prototype of the Sea Devil was transferred to the harbor of Lübeck and destroyed at the end of the war.